but it is a packed house here at Chinnaswamy Stadium. Just confirming, if you've just joined our coverage, Bangladesh have won the toss and they've elected to bowl first. So many times that captains win the toss, 76% of the time they bowl first. It's a high-scoring ground. The average score last year in the IPL here at Chinnaswamy, 195. But an important game for Rohit Sharma and Shikhar Dhawan. They're yet to get off and get going in this tournament. They've both missed out recently against the New Zealand and also Pakistan. So they would dearly love to get some momentum going at the top of the order.
Indeed they would, because it's so important to get a good start. That makes it easy for the batsmen coming down the order. Virat Kohli has been bearing the burden manfully in the two matches that India have played. One India has lost against New Zealand and one they won. So if they get the team off to a very good start, it'll mean that Virat can come in and play freely. He's had to play a sort of a waiting game with wickets falling at the other end. But a good start also means that for the next game against Australia, these two openers who will then play a much better new ball attack will feel that much more confident.
Lots of experience for Rohit Sharma, 51 innings, a strike rate of 128. But he's missed out in the last two digs, 5 and 10 against New Zealand and Pakistan. And his opening partner, Shikhar Dhawan, well, he's missed out two scores of 1 and 6 against New Zealand and Pakistan in this T20 World Cup. 21 innings, a strike rate of 114, but he would dearly love to cement his spot at the top of the order. Mashrafi Mortaza, their captain. He opened the bowling against Australia and only bowled one over. Plenty of experience. 48 matches for him to 37 wickets, an economy rate of 8. And against Australia, no wicket for 9, just off the one over, which really surprised me. And he had no wicket for 41 off 3 overs, and that was against Pakistan. Our umpires, Bruce Oxenford from Australia and also Alam Dar from Pakistan officiating in this game tonight. Group 2 game. Bangladesh taking on India. And we're set to go through the skipper, Mortaza. And with a deep point off the mark.
And that's good thinking. Good thinking by Bangladesh. They know that Rohit Sharma loves to play square of the wicket. So they don't have a third man, but they have a deep cover. Square on the offside. That's very good thinking that from Bangladesh. They've certainly done their homework.
Well, it's a stat India and these two opening batsmen wouldn't know. 500 runs for this opening pair, but it's all about this tournament and the form they're in right now. A win tonight for India will take them one step closer to a spot in the semi-finals. And Bangladesh winless so far, but spirited games against Pakistan and also Australia. They pushed Australia right to the end. Certainly wasn't convincing for the Australians. Dhawan to take his first ball, and he gets off the mark with a similar shot to Rohit Sharma.
And a similar field for the left-hander. So what otherwise would have been 2 boundaries has meant that India has got only 2 runs. Both these players love to play square of the wicket. This is a pitch where it is going to be just a little bit slow. And Mortaza is not really pitching the ball up, bowling it short of a length and a little bit outside the off stump, giving both the batsmen room to cut the shot. Play the cut shot, I beg your pardon.
On the leg side, he'll have to bowl that again. It's a very noisy stadium here at Chinnaswamy. It is a packed house and a very close. Wonderful support from regular Indian supporters, but wherever they go, the Indian side, they drag them through the gates.
Yes, did you get any calls for tickets, BJ?
Doesn't get through, and they don't take a single. They were thinking about it. I'd have no chance of getting extra tickets to this one.
Well, don't run off misfield is what the coaches tell you. So Rohit Sharma sending Shikhar Dhawan back. Shikhar was very keen to come to the striker's end.
Well, I'm looking forward to Bangladesh tonight being on top of their fielding because it cost them. They had opportunities to win that game against Australia and they didn't take them. The fielding has let them down a couple of times, but they need to be on it tonight. That's an easy single. I thought the ball went through in the last game against Australia. The swing bowlers or the opening bowlers early on got a little bit of shape, but it had reasonable bounce for the first 3 or 4 overs. But it will definitely turn, I think, later on.
I think so too. It'll turn because it looks like a slowish pitch. The ball hasn't quite come onto the bat as it did 2 days ago. So it's not going to be easy to play on the up, play on the rise.
Just happy to pick up the ones. Yeah, their opening stands for these two in the Pakistan-New Zealand games 5 and 14. It's one area where they probably really need to get going.
That's right. I think they've not really given the kind of start that is expected of them. Shikhar Dhawan generally is a slow starter in tournaments as well. So this is probably the time that he will look to come good. The first couple of games he generally tends to struggle a little bit, and then he picks up, and then he makes up for the earlier couple of games. And that's what India will be hoping for.
That's a good start for Bangladesh. 5 without loss.
Yes, tucking him up of the last ball of that over. Mashraf Murtaza, the Bangladeshi skipper. Both these batsmen, in fact any batsman in this form of the game, love room outside the off stump where they can swing their arms and whack the ball away.
If you just joined us, Bangladesh have won the toss, so they've elected to bowl first. India are unchanged as we would expect through MS Dhoni. They don't like to make too many changes. Jadeja and Ashwin, the 2-spin duo in the middle, will be crucial. Shubhagata, the left arm spinner, will open the bowling. Right arm spinner, I should say. No wicket for 13 in his 2 overs against Australia. I thought he actually bowled pretty well against Australia. Coming into playing his first game against Australia. Just a man out in the deep behind square and a deep mid off for Dhawan. Oh, it's turned straight away.
Oh, interesting. Ravichandran Ashwin, Ravindra Jadeja in the dressing room will be saying to themselves, oh, look at that. It's a good move. Lots of captains over here have opened the bowling with a spinner. That is a slow turner. So clearly I think any score in excess of 180 looks a little bit difficult.
Well, no doubt this pitch looked drier than the last game against Australia and Bangladesh. Had more grass on it. This has got less grass on it. And it's such a confidence booster for any spinner to get that ball turning in the first couple of overs. He's taken the new ball. Murtaza's given him the ball in a new seam. And he started well, especially against the left-hander. Short and over the top. Got to get it up if it's turning.
Absolutely. You give the batsman the time because this is a slow pitch. You give them the time by banging it in short. You're just going to be clattered away for a boundary. That's what Shikhar Dhawan has done. Look at that, halfway down the pitch, giving him all the time in the world to pick that spot. There it is, halfway down. He's transferred his weight onto the back foot, whacked it away.
Well, you'd rather get driven through the offside if the ball's turning. If it's short, it doesn't matter how much it turns. So the slip comes in, and that'll give him encouragement to get it right up there. Yeah, that's better.
I'm just thinking that on this surface, Mustafizur with his cutters is going to be a handful. Saqib as well. Saqib. So Bangladesh field well. They can restrict India.
Doesn't get through. Some good work. It's not a bad over. 9 without loss. .5 the current run rate, so India not going hard in this power play yet anyway. Two overs completed. Murtaza, the captain, bowling the first over. Hassan Al-Amin bowling, replacing the captain. Al-Amin Hassan will bowl his first over tonight, replacing Murtaza, the captain. Good at 7.4. 3 times he's got 5 wickets in T20 cricket, which is outstanding. And I just would have thought that Murtaza, the captain, would have bowled one more over. It was a good first over. He's decided to replace himself with Al-Amin Hassan. Cut away. It'll test the man on the deep, and he doesn't get there. So the first boundary for India.
Not a lot of room around the off stump, but just enough for Rohit Sharma to open the face of the bat and slice it, play the square cut, square drive. That is more a square drive off the back foot. Could attempt that, but just not good enough because the ball was turning away from him as well.
And that's why I would have thought that Murtaza just bowled one more over. No, they're in the power play. India have not been good in the power plays. They were 29 for the loss of 4 against New Zealand and 23 for 3 against Pakistan.
And if you're the captain and the best bowler, then you need to give yourself just another over. There you can see partnerships in the last 7 T20s. Not really very impressive.
Yeah, averaging an 11.7 in the opening partnership. It's amazing because it's the power play the first 6 overs where you've only got 2 players out. That's when you want to make the most of it, and that's where India have fell short so far. Rohit Sharma with his first boundary tonight.
Good running, very good running. Real.
Rohit Sharma with his first boundary tonight.
Good running, very good running. Realized that the fielder throws with the right hand, so when the ball went to his left, went for a quick run, put the pressure on the fielder. That is what India must be looking to do, because at the other end, when the spinner is coming on, there will be a few dot balls. So while the medium pacer is on, try and cream him for runs of just about every delivery.
With the deep man square of the wicket, Al-Haman doesn't really want to pitch it up. Got protection mid-off, mid-on, but doesn't want to bowl half volleys either. That's a good length. So often we've seen in this ICC World 2020 where players and openers have gone hard in the first 6, but India happy to be tame at the moment.
Yes, both these batsmen very, very good, but this time maybe just a touch nervous. The pitch is not quite to their liking. They like the ball to come onto the bat, both these batsmen. And the pitches that they played on, Nagpur as well as Eden Gardens, have been slow, low turners. Not quite what they want.
Down the wicket. And a good run.
Yes, very good running. Again, very good running. Recognizing the need to have as few dot balls as possible. Jumping down the pitch, then playing with a soft bottom hand, and Sharma is quickly on. Good partnerships are where batsmen don't have to call. Just look at each other and run. That's what these two have done.
Well, this is their highest partnership in this tournament. That's another good over for Bangladesh, 17 without loss.
8 runs coming from that over. Al-Amin. It's mainly because of the boundary that he considered of the first ball. He's got a good economy rate generally, Al-Amin.
Well, it's another beautiful evening here in Bengaluru, and India are unchanged in this tournament so far. Middle order, Kohli, Raina and Yuvraj Singh will be the key. And then the finisher, the captain MS Dhoni, Hardik Pandya and Jadeja and Ashwin will be licking their chops looking at this pitch because it will turn. Ashish Nehra, nearly 37 years old, have these times with injuries. Opening the bowling for India. Mustafizur got 2 for 30 from his 4 against Australia. So Mortaza making the changes, not happy with bowling a couple of overs, each bowler bowling 1, but I always think you do that when the batsmen are on top of you. I just get the feeling that don't really need to make the changes yet because they have India only 17 runs from 3 overs, so it's not a bad start for Bangladesh. That's the ideal time to sneak a few overs in.
Absolutely, and he's the danger man because he bowls those slow cutters as well without any change in his action. He's the one that India will be watching out for.
Stuck in the pad. He had good pace too. He got a couple of wickets, as I said, against Australia in his 4 overs. One of them was the skipper, Stephen Smith. Just through the pads. I think he might have done him for a bit of pace there. And that was a good piece of bowling. That off they should talk about Sonny there for Mitchell Marsh. Had no idea. Bowled him on the ball before and he couldn't hit it. The second one straight away he couldn't hit it.
Yes, it's a very well disguised slower delivery. Most batsmen can't pick it because there's very little change in his run-up or in his delivery action. He's got a fast shoulder action, and that's what deceives the batsman.
Just a bit of movement near the side screen, which is normal at the start of a cricket game.
Oh, there it is. He's now getting up and running.
Set. Oh, didn't pick it up, Shikhar Dhawan. He's got a man out in the deep for protection. Let's have a look at his slow delivery, as you said, Sonny. The one on the left, 129.
Well, have a look at that. Can you spot any change in his delivery action? Nothing. Everything is absolutely the same. There's no change in the grip either. And now have a look at the right one. And we're talking about a change of 12 kilometers per hour. That actually is very, very deceptive. That's what happened to Mitch Marsh the other day. He had to check his shot.
Another one on the leg side. Mustafizur just looking for that swing, and he's bowling it out the stumps hoping it's going to swing. It's not swinging. He either needs to, on the seam up deliveries anyway, needs to get that line side of it.
That's right. I think just a little bit outside Shikhar Dhawan's off stump, get the ball to come back in, because that's what he does. But bowling at the pads, he's going to be taken for runs. He's going to be nurdled for runs. At the moment, with the field restrictions on for 6 overs, only 2 fielders outside the circle. But so far, Bangladesh have got their 2 fielders outside the circle in absolutely the right place. They've saved boundaries there.
Rohit Sharma just taking his guard on leg stump. And he's going to have to be careful with these. They've got a catching cover here. And as you say, Sonny, that slower delivery will come in. Sharma will have to be careful he doesn't block one straight to that man on the offside. And I think this pitch will be one that will grip, not only for the spinners but also for the quicker bowlers.
Well, have a look at this. There's very little change in the delivery. At best, what you can do, or what you can say, is on the right, you can clearly see that he's trying to bowl the fast off spinner, the fast cutter, while on the left side of your screen he's just releasing the ball. So there is the difference in the speed.
Oh, that's close. It's a big shout. Hit him on the toe. Well, Alam Dar walked away pretty quickly. I thought that was very close. Might have been sliding down the leg side if he didn't hit it.
Yes, possibly that. And I don't think the Bangladesh appeal also was all that enthusiastic. There it is. He's deceived him. And yes, it might have gone down the leg side, but deceived him. The pace was so slow. Excellent bowling this from Mustafizur.
Whips through the leg side. That's the one he was looking for. Shikhar picks up his second boundary.
Well, there it is. And it's 23 for no loss with a boundary to Shikhar Dhawan. Well, he's been going at the pads. That's not what he wants to do. He wants to get the ball to come in from just outside the left-handed off stump. If you bowl at the pads, he's going to hit it with that turn or cut that he's anticipating from Mustafizur's bowling.
Why is the Euro 1 over spell, so it'll get Shakib now. Oh, trouble at the non-strikers end. Didn't collect cleanly, but I think Shikhar Dhawan might have been back. It's the second time that the negotiation has taken place with both batsmen significantly outside their crease.
The ball hitting the ground, and he didn't want to single straight away. But Shikhar Dhawan was out of the blocks very quickly. Better throw would have done the trick. Shy at the stumps a little bit too far.
I think he needed a direct hit though, to be honest. It's not a typical Bangalore surface this, where the ball comes on. Typical IPL Bangalore wicket where Chris Gale is hitting the ball into the townships around the stadium. Ball is coming beautifully onto the bat. It's just stopping a little bit here. India have managed to, from time to time, just take the pressure off with the strategically hit boundary. Bangladesh have chosen to go in first with their weaker arm today. They're a stronger batting side today. The first 6 overs just upset a little bit by the absence of Taskin. Chose his spot well, but there's a fielder. He's looking for something that was a little further on the onside. So he'd made up his mind that was where he was going.
I think Bangladesh have started well here. They haven't bowled too many loose deliveries, only 3 boundaries given away in this 5th over. And once you start to do that on a consistent basis, it will put pressure. Only 25 in 4.3.
It's further proof that the batsmen are a little uncertain about the surface. The question is, how is it going to play throughout the 40 overs? How short, inches. and Shakib just gives you nothing to play with, so you've got to generate all the power yourself. It's a good over. There's just 3 from it so far.
Yeah, 3 for 27 of 4 overs that he bowled against Australia. I just wonder if Shakib Al Hasan could have just gone a little bit in front of him. He just waited and tried to dive in front. That's not that far for him.
And again he finds a fielder, so Bangladesh doing that part of the game well. 27 for no loss. A couple of crisply hit shots in that over, both of which found the fielder. So it's not a bad over at all, that from Shakib. 1 over for 4.
Yes, they have to feel well as well. They dropped a couple of catches against Australia, so it's important that they feel really well here, because the bowlers have done a good job here.
So Rohit Sharma 11, Shikhar Dhawan 15. It's a conservative start from India. Five overs, 5 bowlers. That's the nature of the beast, isn't it? And can you imagine there's a time when a bowler warmed up with his first over? Now he warms up for the first. He's going to get one 3 overs later at best. Still Mustafizur. I think that's the key captaincy decision. How do I space out his 4 overs? Oh well, that's interesting. Looking to make room on the offside. Looking to make a lot of room on the offside. I've actually seen batsmen get out doing that because they can't reach a straight ball.
Yeah, the reason for Shikhar Dhawan to go and expose his thumb is that because of the fact that they are not getting any boundaries. Yes, it's in the 6th over now. He just moves away, giving himself a little bit of room, but straight to the fielder. So it's been very good from the Bangladeshi bowler, especially Mustafizur Rahman.
Well, now to the right hander. He moved a long way, didn't he? Was it Glenn Maxwell who once got out like that? Moved so far across that couldn't reach a straight ball. Clears the field. First, dare I say, of many. It's a particularly good 6-hitting ground disc, this one in Bengaluru. And I think first sign that he's probably come to terms now with the surface. Given that bit off.